Welcome back. It is day 39 of 50 days of trash. And today is one of those days where I got kind of carried away. I was looking at some stuff on top of my bookshelf, and there was this big stack of stuff where there were a lot of pictures and stuff. And I started going through that, and that could have been a day of trash all by itself. And it was mainly, not entirely, it was pictures, but it was mainly greeting cards, Christmas cards, birthday cards, thank you cards, invitations, sympathy cards, all kinds of things. And I don't really know how long a lot of those have been there. Kind of looking back, it looks like many years. And so I'm just going to mention that. It's like that could have been a day of trash in and of itself. There were dozens of those cards, and I kept some of them. Most of them I kind of got rid of. But I'll say, I think the reason I kept so many of those for so long is several of those were like I received when I was getting cancer treatments, and they just really meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me, and I think I really needed that love back then when I was going through that. And so I've kept them all these years. But most of those, if they had pictures or something that I really felt like I needed to save, I saved them. But otherwise, I thought, I think we can get rid of these. But that could have been a day of trash by itself. And that's not even what we're doing today. So today, I went and I have sort of a hutch in my bedroom. And I got into it, and I knew that I needed to clean this out. It's a place where when I come home, I empty my pockets and all this stuff. And so I put stuff there, and it just kind of kept growing and growing and growing. And so there was stuff on top of the hutch, and then there was stuff inside the hutch. It had drawers and all of this. And so that's what I did today. And I've already been through this a little bit. I'll go through it with you. I've kind of sorted it out into a few things. I don't know if I'll hold it up. So here's one box. Here's another box. And then down here, I have a few things that I'm keeping aside that I need more to treat differently. So in the stuff so this first one, this is just what I decided was trash and goes directly into the trash. And here I am, I'm changing them up a little bit. So we'll do it just real quickly, like a notepad with scribbled notes on it, a thing from a funeral service from someone who was a friend of mine who passed away many years ago, some instructions to something I don't even own anymore, an old ticket for something I went to back in 2016, the earphones from an airplane that I never opened and for some reason felt like I should bring those home, an old business card, another old business card, some more instructions to something I don't even know what it is anymore. Yet another lanyard. And this will make more sense in the other box. This is part of an old cell phone case. This is the rubber, I guess I'm going to call that gasket that went around it. But I don't think that it can be recycled. I don't see anything on it. So I separated it from the plastic part. Instructions for something I don't know anymore. A membership card for an organization that's been defunct for about 10 or 15 years. Another business card I don't need anymore. Some notes scribbled on some paper. Something that somebody handed me with a lanyard. This was a handout at when I was signing up for either a run or a bike or something, and it was like a little step counter, but it's sort of disposable. You can't recharge it. The batteries are dead, so there's nothing you can do with it, so it's going in the trash. Some wristbands. I think wristbands were kind of a big thing there for a while. This one was for a condo. Have a family member who had a condo they let me go to every once in a while. And when you went there, you had to wear a wristband when you were at the place. More trash. This was like a Tic Tac box, and it has, I would bike with this. I had it like in my little pouch, and I had like, there's even in there some electrolyte tablets, which probably expired 10 years ago. This was, again, a handout. This was probably a handout at Bike to Beat Cancer. And this was like a heat or cold pack for like an injury. And so you can freeze it and use it for cold, or you can microwave it and use it for heat if you have that. And part of me wanted to keep that, but it's like, no, I've got ice packs. I've got heat pads. I don't need that. And so that's, reason prevailed. Like a receipt to something that, who knows, a little, like some sort of rubber gasket that who knows what that went on. I don't even know. It must have seemed important to me. I thought that I might need it, but however long that's been sitting there. I have some Mardi Gras beads, and I was like, when I saw these, my first thing was, oh, you know, it's almost Mardi Gras, you should keep those. It's like, no. That's how you get yourself into this mess. And even after that, I thought, okay, I'm getting rid of it. And when I was in here, it's like, you know, I could save those and give those to my grandkids. They would love it. And then it's like, no. You know, I'm not going to send my trash to my daughter's house so that they have trash. I mean, you know, that's not helping out my daughter. And some more just random paper, some Kohl's Cash from 2014, and a couple of rubber bands, a little piece of plastic, and some old safety pins. So that's the stuff that's going directly in the trash. And let's see, I'm going to put all that back in there. And then over here we have stuff that may go in the trash, but not. So I found a whole bunch of pens, and some of them are in here already because we're going to recycle them. They don't work, but they're made of plastic, so they're going in the recycling. But these surprised me in that all 4 of these pens work. So I'm going to hold on to them for a little while longer, put them with some of my pens, and you know, we'll see about those. Then this was like a little novelty gift I think I got it at like a white elephant kind of thing at Christmas. And as you can see, it's like a little flask, and you can put like some, you know, whatever, some bourbon, some whiskey, some tequila, whatever it might be in there, and carry around with you. But I will never, ever use this. It is kind of a funny little gift. It also, I don't really feel like you can throw it away, so I'm probably going to see if Goodwill will take that. And I mentioned this a little bit. This one I'm having a hard time with. I may hang on to this a little while because this was an armband. We made this. I had a young friend. He's actually was the age of my kids. And he had cancer, and we did a few things for him for cancer, and we were wearing these wristbands kind of in his honor. And unfortunately, he ultimately passed away, and that's been many years ago now. It's probably been close to 10 years ago now. And I've had this, and honestly, I think maybe it probably should go in the trash, but I gotta say it feels a little bit like a betrayal. So I'm not sure if I'm going to put that in the trash or not. I might. We'll see. And then there was this thing which I found, and I'm going to Google this and see what this is. I'm not exactly sure. I think this might be a data device, but I have to kind of Google it to make sure. Or it might actually be, you know, now that I look at it, it might be a battery for your I'm gonna Google it and see what it is. It might be a power supply, like a battery. I think it is. I think that's what it is. But before I throw it away, I'm gonna make sure that I know what it is, and if it's a battery, I'll see if it works. And then I found like a little USB cable, and this is one of the ones that they're kind of hard to find with the smaller end on one side. So that will be used. So that all goes in the trash. This goes to Goodwill. These go on my pin drawer. We're going to check on that. Then we had all of these things for recycling. And let's see, I guess we'll take them out one at a time. I found yet another little, this obviously was a post-surgery thing. And I don't know how much surgery you've had, but if you can't blow this thing up to a certain level, they don't let you leave the hospital. And that's all plastic, so that went into the recycling. I have a plastic cup from the State Fair from 1989 that I have had sitting on my desk for, what, 26 years, 36 years, something like that. And I don't think I need that. I have another empty box. You all know about my problem with boxes. Another like empty technology box from an old iPhone. Another empty box. A little, this isn't what I thought this was. This is a small little plastic box. And I guess it had earbuds or something in it. I thought it was like a pill thing, but it says something about sound on it. So that's going in the trash. This was a pin that somebody gave me at a display somewhere that's made out of metal. So that's going in the trash. Little plastic throwaway. Actually, that should probably go in there. That was handed out somewhere. Little plastic something. I don't know what that is, but it's all plastic. So we're going to put that in the trash. This was a box for a red light that went on my bike so it would flash when we were riding. And this was another box for the same thing that would flash so that you would be more visible. Because sometimes, honestly, I did do that quite a bit when I was biking all the time. Lots of times you had to bike. It was hard to get used to, but I'd bike first thing in the morning. I mean, the sun hadn't even come up, and you needed lights, and you needed to be very visible. This is the rest of that cell phone box, Otter box I mentioned. This is the plastic part, and since it's plastic, it's recyclable, so I'm putting it in the recycling. This is an empty plastic thing that I got for like a adapter of some kind. And then we have, that goes in the trash. We have the pins I mentioned that were not good, and several empty plastic bags that who knows why I kept those, but they are all going to be recycled. And so that kind of wraps it up. I sped this up a little bit. In full disclosure, I recorded this once before. and I made some mistakes. But one of the big mistakes, I said a few things that were wrong, but the other mistake was I wasn't paying attention, and it was more than 20 minutes long. And it's like, that is way too long. So we're redoing it, and I'm trying to speed through it so it's not 20 minutes again. And but that's it. That's day 39 of 50 Days of Trash. Tomorrow is a big day, day 40. And, we'll see what we do then. But, man, I'm here to tell you, I'm finding, as we get toward the end of this, I'm finding so much trash. I mean, it's going to be crazy. So these last 10 days are going to be kind of nuts. All right, well, I hope to see you tomorrow for day 40. If you think these are fun, maybe you can like this or share it. And maybe, someone who needs an intervention, you can send it to them. And maybe you would even subscribe. And there's going to be a playlist. There already is a playlist with all of these on them that you can go back and look at the others. And so with that, I'm going to sign off. And so everybody have a great day. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.